Okay, hello everyone. We're jumping right in with the ColourPop concealer in the color Fair so that my eyeshadow can pop, be super pigmented. That's why I'm going in with a white concealer. For this video, I decided to use my Amerzy palette. I hope that's how you pronounce it. But I'm going in with the color OG first as my transition shade, and I'm just gonna blend that in over my crease, I guess, or into my crease. And then I'm going in with the color New Yorker, and I'm putting that like in my actual crease so that it can add more depth to the look, make it more defined. And you can see the difference between the transition color and then the later colors that I'm gonna put on my eyelid. Now I'm going in with the color Samsa or Samsa, and I'm just putting that on my lower crease, somewhat on top of that other color, New Yorker, but somewhat below it, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to keep packing that color on and blending it out. Now I'm going in with the color New Yorker just to make the transition from my first shade to my last shade a little more seamless. I'm taking a Q-tip with some makeup remover and just taking basically cutting my crease with it just so I have fresh skin to put my concealer on, just so that the color that I place on top of it is still pigmented. Okay, so I'm about to cut my crease. A little tip that I have with doing cut crease is place the concealer or the eyeshadow base or whatever you're using on your eyelid first. Look up and it'll find the natural crease of your eye, and it'll make cut crease so much easier to do, because it took me a while with my cut crease. I had to learn that it's okay to go above your natural crease, if you want that really dramatic cut crease. So that's a little tip for you. Oh, I'm such an amateur. I forgot to tell you what color I was using on my crease. I'm using Cupcake, and I'm going back in with Simsa just to blend Cupcake and Simsa together so that it's more seamless. I'm going in with the color Barb on top of my eye. I'm not sure if it's like a pressed glitter or something, but that's what it gave me on top of my lid. Now I'm using my Poreless Putty Primer from Elf. Okay, that stuff is amazing, and it's only like $4, $5. For primer today, I am going in with my Milk Hydro Grip. Everyone loves this stuff. Everyone uses it. It's great. It's really tacky. It keeps your foundation on for a long time. It's just great. I'm going in with my Fenty foundation in the color 320. And then on top of that, I'm going to go in with my Versali Skin to Blur Serum, and I'm going to blend that all together with a foundation brush. Now I'm going in with my Beauty Blender for more coverage. Now I'm going in with concealer. I use 3 different concealers. I'm going in with my Fenty Hydrating Pro Filter Concealer in the color 320 as my first shade. Around the time that I recorded this look, I picked up the Juvia's Place concealer, and I'm always going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the color Cookie, and I'm just going to let those sit on my face for a little bit. I think. Maybe? Okay, apparently instead of waiting for it to dry down itself, I ripped off a piece of paper and dried it down manually. I guess. And I'm just blending that out. I had decided that it wasn't bright enough, so I just went back in with Cookie, my brightest concealer shade, and I just put that a little bit under where I initially put it, just to make my under eye more bright. I don't see a lot of beauty gurus do this nowadays, but I'm taking some concealer and putting it over my lip so that it makes the blend from my under eye concealer to like my mouth more seamless. I just like the way it looks. I'm going in with my Fit Me powder in the color medium deep, and I'm just setting that with the powder brush instead of using a beauty blender because I think that's too heavy for me. It makes my under eye look cakey, and I'm taking the access powder and just setting the rest of my face. Now I'm going in with my Physicians Formula Contour Palette. I believe the color is like a medium color, that's what it's called. But that's the one that I'm using to bronze up my face. Typically I use concealer, like a darker concealer, but the color that I have right now does not complement my skin tone, so I like using this bronzer way better than I like using the concealer. Now I'm using Access powder for my powder brush just to clean up my bronzer, and then I'm using my same bronzer brush to clean off the Access powder so there's not like a white cast under my cheekbone. And now I'm going in with a little bit of bronzer on a little eyeshadow brush just to contour my nose. I'm using the color Barb again, and I'm using that as an inner corner highlight. That color is so beautiful. I honestly want to do more looks with it. Oh, the palette is just beautiful, okay? For this look, I decided to use highlighter instead of blush. I'm using Sangria Sunset from the Kilowatt Foil Highlighters from Fenty. I'm also going in with my Luminous Mascara from L'Oreal, I think. I don't know. And then I'm going in with these random hair store eyelashes that are like $3, but they're bomb. I'm going in with my How Many Carats highlighter from Fenty Beauty because we love Rihanna, okay? We love Rihanna in this household. I honestly can never remember the name of this product, but it's a NYX lipstick, okay? I don't know what it's called, but I'll put it in the description because I don't feel like looking for it. Now I'm going in with a random Wet n Wild lip gloss that's really sparkly and pink, and then I'm using some Suva. I think that's what it's called, the Instagram brand that has like really pretty liner. I'm using that just to put a little access line under my actual eyeliner, and then I'm going back in with Sensa, and I'm using that as a watercolor shade. Wow. My waterline. That's what I'm using it for. I don't know why, I just felt that it would look really pretty. And here's the final look. I didn't take a lot of slow-mos, but I hope you enjoyed this video.